Hi, I'm Justin, one of the Phoenix Zoo's elephant keepers, and we're coming to you from our new Asian elephant habitat. I am here with Sheena, one of our 3 Asian elephant females. She is 48 years old, which means she is geriatric, but she is actually our youngest elephant here at the Phoenix Zoo. Elephants are considered geriatric when they're over the age of 40. So they require some really specialized care that we give them here at the zoo. So some ways you can kind of tell Sheena apart when you come and visit the Phoenix Zoo. You can tell she has a lot of hair on her. So Sheena is actually our hairiest Asian elephant here. She actually has a goatee and some beard hair. If you look at her real closely, some beard hair as well. The pink coloration on their face is another way to tell Asian elephants apart. You can notice she has a lot on her trunk and a lot around her eyes. Those markings are all individual based. They get them as they get older. They start losing some of their skin coloration and pigment. Some of the, so Sheena is 48 years old. Some of the specialized care that they get on a daily basis is they get things like Epsom salt soaks for their joints. So they'll soak their legs in 50-gallon barrels full of hot water and Epsom salt. They get showered on a daily basis. We check their eyes, we check their ears, we check their feet to make sure there's nothing stuck in them, cracks, any thorns, rocks, things like that. On a weekly basis, we also trim their feet just like you would with a horse. So they get their nails filed, they get the bottoms of their feet trimmed to make sure they are nice and good for transportation. When you weigh 8,000 pounds, you need a little extra care on your feet. Those feet hold a lot of weight. So like I said, elephants weigh around 8,000 pounds for Asian elephant females. Sheena is our lightest at around 7,500 pounds. Our heaviest is right around 8,500 pounds, that being Reba. Our oldest elephant here at the Phoenix Zoo is 54 years old. She is Hindu. She's hanging out on the other exhibit right now.
Can you kind of talk about your daily routine? I think there's a lot of things that people might not know about how much work you all as keepers put into taking care of these amazing animals.
Absolutely. So daily routine, just to take care of them every day. This is kind of some of our basic stuff we'll do. So obviously we clean up after them every day. Elephants are very big and make a very big mess. So we do, we rake out here, we clean all their troughs, we clean the pool, do a lot of hosing, that kind of stuff. Every day we'll bring tractors and machines out here and we'll break up the ground. Elephants are 8,000 pounds, so they basically walk around like steamrollers, and they make all the dirt around them nice and hard. So we like to soften it back up for them. It's good for their joints, it's easier for them to walk on. So we bring a tractor out here every day and we break up the ground. We also make elephant beds on a daily basis. So our elephants, they are a little bit older, so they have a harder time laying down at night, getting up in the morning. So we actually give them a nice big sand bed to lay on to make it more comfortable for them. So we'll bring a tractor out here as well. We'll fluff up their beds, make them nice and soft. On top of that, you'll notice in the habitat out there, there are lots of different objects. So there's tires, there's barrels, there's nets. We scatter their food out there on a regular basis. Animals that can recognize themselves in the mirror. So if an elephant sees itself in the mirror, they will go up to it and they will recognize it as themselves. So mirror will play the radio for them sometimes. They like different sounds and music, so they'll listen to music sometimes. On top of all that enrichment and all that setting up out here, cleaning, putting hay out, food out, we do a specialized husbandry routine, which I touched on a little bit earlier. Like I said, our girls are older and they require very special care. We spend about an hour or so in behind the scenes area per elephant a day, just getting through their showers, through their foot care, through their daily checks, any sort of medical stuff. We do lots of training with our elephants as well. So our girls are trained to do a variety of different medical-based behaviors. So they aren't trained to do tricks or anything like that, but they are trained to do all sorts of different medical stuff. So we can ask her to open her mouth, so we can check her teeth. We can ask her to present a foot, so we can look at a foot. Any body part like that we can do. They are trained to do blood draws, so if we ever have to draw blood on them, they are trained to do that. And at the end of it, just like if you go to the doctor and you get a lollipop or a sticker, our elephants get a giant melon at the end of it, which is one of their favorite treats.
How about the new habitat? Opened late last year, but just can you speak to how much that has helped you all in taking care of these?
Yeah, so this habitat has basically doubled the amount of space our elephants have during the day, which is just awesome. So elephants in the wild can walk up to 40 miles a day. here we mimic that the best we can, but having that extra space really helps with that. Our girls have really enjoyed this habitat. It actually started off with about 30 different trees on the exhibit, mostly palm trees, and we are down to about 8 trees at this point. Elephants do what elephants do, and they knock down all the trees, and it's been great enrichment. It's not very often you have a giant palm tree from roots all the way to the top for our elephants to destroy, and they have completely enjoyed that. We have a lot of different stuff we actually haven't gotten to use yet. So our giant structure you can see behind us, our elephant structure, actually is equipped with sprinklers to cool off the elephants during the summer. So we can actually spray down the elephants from anywhere in the exhibit. We have fans, misters, things like that to cool them off. We have just a ton of extra room for the girls. It's really great.
How about their personalities? Can you talk about each of the 3 elephants' personalities that you take care of here at the zoo?
Yeah, absolutely. So elephants are very smart, as everybody knows, and they have very different personalities depending on the individual. So Sheena here is kind of shy. She's sweet. She's very smart, but she doesn't like kind of the publicity of like somebody watching her learn something. So when I train with Sheena, I usually train kind of by myself. Try to keep it quiet. She appreciates that quiet a little bit more. But she's very, very intelligent. She will meticulously figure out any new toy we give her, and she will be the first one to figure out how to get all the food out of it, and the first one to figure out how to cheat and get it easier. Then we have Reba, who's our next oldest elephant, so she is 49. Reba is our most boisterous elephant. Reba likes to tell you when she's out of food, when she's out of water. She talks. When she wants a fresh drink from the hose, she'll give you a shout. She's our elephant you'll typically see in the pool or getting sprayed by the firefighters once a year in July. She gets sprayed down with a hose from the firefighters, and she loves that. She loves to play in the water. In fact, every day before her shower, she has to play in the water for about 10 to 15 minutes, or else she won't participate. But she's definitely our loudest one. And then we have Indu, our oldest elephant. She's kind of our princess here, we call her. She's very particular about how she likes things done. She won't eat off the ground in certain areas. She washes all of her carrots, so we give each of our elephants 15 pounds of carrots a day. Indu will actually take those carrots and wash each individual carrot off in the water trough because she likes her stuff done particularly. Their tastes are even different, so they all actually have different taste preferences as well as different personalities. So Sheena here really likes corn. Reba loves anything that's kind of carb heavy, so like those saltine crackers I talked about earlier would be one of her favorite treats, like potatoes, things like that. Indu, on the other hand, really likes things that are sour and sweet. So Indu's favorite food in the world is actually lemons. She'll actually squeeze all the juice out of the lemons and throw it on her body, kind of like a perfume.
Now, a lot of questions we get is about, why aren't they together? Can you talk a little bit more about the reasoning behind that?
Yeah, so typically most people know that Asian elephants, or elephants in general, will be found in a herd setting where the females stay together as a group. So you'd have a herd of mothers, sisters, aunts, daughters, things like that. And the bull elephants would kind of go off on their own once they hit a certain age and wander around looking for herds. Our 3 girls are kind of a special case. They actually don't really get along with other elephants. They never really develop those social skills. They don't really know how to interact around each other, but they do get a lot of interaction time in the behind the scenes areas where they can actually reach through. They can touch each other, they can smell each other, talk to each other, but they like the ability to walk away in case one of them is being a little rude. It happens. So they don't like the pressure of having to be in the same space. We did try introducing them a number of times years ago, and their behaviors have just told us they prefer kind of that solitary lifestyle, which is unique, but we manage them for that purpose.
How do you tell the difference between an Asian elephant and an African elephant?
So there's a lot of different ways to actually tell Asian and African elephants apart. One big one is size. So African elephants are typically a lot larger than Asian elephants. So an African elephant bull can weigh upwards of 15,000 pounds, typically like 10 to 15,000 pounds, where these girls here are only weighing about 8,000 pounds. The bulls and Asian elephants will weigh about 10,000 pounds. So there's a pretty big size difference. Their ears, a common way to tell African elephants and Asian elephants apart is if you look at their ears, Africans have much larger ears, and it actually almost looks like the shape of Africa, where Asian elephants have much smaller ears. That pink coloration I was talking about earlier is something that's only found in Asian elephants. So Asian elephants will actually lose their skin pigment over time, where African elephants will not. they actually also have a different number of toenails. So if you look at Sheena's feet, she actually has 5 toenails in her front feet, 4 on her back feet, where African elephants will have 1 less toenail on each foot. So 4 on their front feet, 3 on their back feet. Another way you can tell them apart as well is their trunks are a little different. So Asian elephants will have what we call the finger on the top of their trunk, and almost like, not scientific, but a palm. So they'll kind of have, at the end of their trunk, they'll have like a grasping finger and a palm, where African elephants will have a finger on the top and the bottom. Right now we can see Sheena is behind us dusting herself. It's a really neat adaptation behavior that they have. They can keep the flies off of them. They'll cover themselves with mud, dust, keep the sun off of their backs, keep their skin nice and healthy. It's one of the reasons why we do shower them here, is because they're always so muddy and dirty. We actually can't see what's under all that dirt. Make sure that they are healthy skin, see if there's any cuts, scrapes, anything like that. We wouldn't be able to know unless we actually showered them off on a regular basis.
And you had mentioned this is just one of the 2 elephant habitats we have. I'm going to just pan over here. The elephants can go all the way over that way, and Justin, over on the other side, there's a pool and a whole other habitat over there. Do they have a preference for which habitat that they prefer to go into?
It depends on the elephant, actually. So Reba, our 49-year-old elephant, really likes her original habitat, the one that is with the pool and stuff. She's our elephant who likes to swim, play in the water, so it probably makes a little sense there that she has that pool over there. Sheena, on the other hand, really does like the new exhibit. She is frequently found hiding in the palm trees, or what's left of them at this point. She is always tearing down stuff out here. She's walking around on a regular basis, so it just kind of depends on the elephant what their preference is. But they like all that new habitat. They all do enjoy it.
And so, for anyone watching, is there anything kind of on the elephant team's wish list that would help you all, that would help to have someone step up and donate if they're able to during this time?
Yeah, I mean, so we always have a pretty big wish list. All elephants have everything big. So we have different toys on the wish list. Different enrichment items are regularly put on the wish list. Things like substrate and stuff like that is always a good thing. We always are looking for more dirt to make softer beds, things like that, make it easier for our girls to walk around out here. Like I said, we spend a good deal of our mornings on the tractor making it nice and soft for them. But yeah, we have a number of different toys and stuff on our elephant wish list on the website.
Well, Justin, thank you for taking the time, and Sheena, thank you. And for those who would like to make a contribution or a donation, just visit phoenixzoo.org and check out the wish list. And we appreciate you all tuning in.